Today we'll talk about cloud computing in this video. So watch it. It has the latest technology that is emerging right now on the technological front. How does cloud computing work? This is an introduction video towards it. So what is cloud computing? It's a dynamic provisions of providing hardware, software, and services from third parties over a network. Cloud computing is an internet-based computing where shared resources, software, and information are provided to the computer and other devices on demand. Cloud computing is computing platform for the next generations of the internet per se, and that is what we are trying to look forward out here. Cloud computing is exactly a very broad concept of using the internet to allow people to access technology enabled services named after the cloud representation of the internet on the network diagram. This technology is named as cloud computing. Remember, this is what we have just shown it to you on your screen. Remember, this is a remote access of infrastructure over the net. Now you don't have the things, you just have the net connections. Probably thereby you are taking advantages of the infrastructure which is right now based at a different server, different places, different location, possibly aptly named as cloud. Cloud computing basically works on the principle pay as you use or pay as you go. Cloud computing customers do not own physical infrastructure. Instead, avoid capital expenditure by renting out the usage of a third party provider. They consume resources as a service and pay only when they are consuming the resources, only when they are utilizing those resources thereby. It is pay as you use, if I may say so. So there are three varieties: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. What is that stands for? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Three levels of cloud computing thereby. You look into it, there are many businesses which are actually working doing Amazon Web Services, Annexure, and the Google Form, the Workday, Quicken, Basecamp, Salesforce.com. What are we looking into it? We are nothing doing nothing. It's virtualizations and the hardware. We're talking software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, and renting it out, paying as we are utilizing it. So infrastructure as a service, IaaS. In this plan, cloud providers can provide technical infrastructure for your application. Example, organizations provides you with different resources, different applications. These resources may be storage space, hardware, networking component, etc. Customer need not have to be bothered about specifying what kind of hardware you want, what is the name of the computer servers you're running on. In real meaning, you can rent someone else's hardware by the minute, by the hour, by the monthly usage, as the case might be. PaaS or platform as a services. This component of cloud computing can be defined as a set of software product development tools that allow developer to create application on the provider's platform. In other words, it allows you to build applications that are delivered to the users through internet and are run on the provider's infrastructure. A glorifying example is Salesforce.com, the biggest website in the world, which is providing you with not only with the infrastructure but also programming languages and in a multiple platform, in a multiple format. We're talking about SaaS, software as a service. It provides any software application as a service through cloud. We have been using SaaS for years in the public domain, with free email services being the most classical example. This is a design that someone can offer you a hosted set of software running on a platform and an infrastructure that you don't own. Absolutely no ownership, but pay for some element of utilization. Example of the email services offered by Google, by Yahoo, etc. Advantages: client doesn't have to worry about buying anything, probably yes, and has a luxury to utilize it. He pays for what he uses. He can access the service from anywhere across the globe at any point of time, but at the same time he can never own it. Implementation of computing is all about three domains of three clouds: the public cloud, the hybrid cloud, the private cloud. The public cloud for the general public consumption. The hybrid cloud is mix between private and public. And then there's a private cloud altogether, exclusively for a company, exclusively for certain set of people altogether. Public cloud, in public cloud, also called the external cloud outside the organization, provides infrastructure, software, platform required to implement the cloud. The public cloud follows pay as you go model. You can pay for the services for which you are consuming. Email is the most basic and the oldest types of services offered in the public cloud. Advantages: user don't have to worry about managing an underlying information technology infrastructure. Let me give you the salient points of the private cloud. A private cloud refers to having your own private cloud computing infrastructure. So instead of relying on external public cloud services, providers infrastructure, you would have your own. In a private cloud, also called internal cloud, the infrastructure for implementing the cloud is completely organized and maintained by the enterprises. It is most suited for large organization or a large enterprise thereby. What about the hybrid cloud? It is a combination of part private and part public altogether. You remember this particular photograph that I have shown in the previous few moments earlier about the cloud. Cloud is just nothing but interconnections of various servers altogether, off premises, third party. This is what cloud computing is all about, to assemble the benefits of both the private and the public cloud. Newer implementation models have been developed to merge the models as an integrated solutions providers thereby, and that is known as hybrid cloud. Cloud computing services, we have Yahoo, we have live searches, we have Google, we have Gmail, you name it, and we have the simplest form. Let us go to the much more complex form, which is web-based of office application. We have Zoho Work Offline, Live Mesh, Mobile Me, Flickr, the buzzword. There are social media apps also, online photo and document sharing as we go around here. And there would be Facebook, there would be Twitter, there would be Instagram, and more complex form is a large scale web-based storage, computing power. AWS, Amazon Web Service is one of these things. The Google App Engine per se, what we are looking as owning of an application thereby. The benefits of cloud computing. Benefits are plentiful. The cloud computing helps us to cut down cost, ability to meet changing user demand quickly, faster, and within minutes, environmentally friendly, rapid elasticity. It is small, easy to install the technology. It is on-demand, self-service, as the case might be. Cloud computing benefit: in the event of a disaster, data is usually never lost. Easy to develop your own web-based application that runs on the cloud. It is highly automated. Cloud computing frees up internal resources wherever, whenever they are released by the users. Cloud computing helps the business to become more agile, more mobile, thereby. So now let me count the drawbacks too. If I have shown you the benefit, the drawbacks of cloud computing, often limits or no technical supports are available. You should be yourself a technical geek present there. When there's a technical issue, you may lose your access to your data or your application until and unless help comes in, intervention comes in. No control in traffic and data access speed. If the company is hosting the application goes out of business, you may lose out your data and application mostly permanently on a permanent basis. These are the drawbacks. The potential regulatory compliance issue. You must have an internet connection. Without the internet connection, nothing works around it. Cloud computing is the rebirth of centralized processing without the green, black terminal screens of the mainframe days. Instead, we have the access to the rich web application with which our information and files stored in the cloud and available at all times, whether that be of laptop computers or in the middle of the Manhattan, as I say so. So the conclusion is cloud computing offers real alternatives to information technology department for improved flexibility, trim down your cost. Markets are developing for delivery of software application, platforms and infrastructure as a service to the IT department over cloud. These services are readily accessible on a pay-per-user basis, offer great alternatives to businesses that need the flexibility to rent out infrastructures on a temporary basis to reduce the capital cost thereby. With this, I come to an end of this presentation on cloud computing. Thank you for watching the same.